Hey boss, so today I'm going to ask you a question. Are you feeling emotionally drained or are you feeling mentally exhausted? So these are two questions I want you to consider, and if you're answering yes to them, then you might be experiencing burnout. And today I want to share with you 12 signs that you're feeling burned out. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so if you know another boss or employees that may be experiencing burnout, please share this video because I'm going to share with you those 12 signs of burnout. So burnout really is a state of chronic stress. And when you think about it, it is a state of chronic stress that leads to feelings of physical and emotional exhaustion. And this happens when your motivation is lost and the ability to achieve high performance is impossible because really you just cannot get the energy or the mindset to be able to achieve that. And so this really comes from feelings of excessive ongoing stress. And so there are three stages that I want to share with you of burnout. And those three stages are, the first one is when your employees feel emotionally exhausted. The second stage is when your employees' perception of others becomes very calloused. They've kind of lost their feelings of or desire to care. And then the third stage is the employee when he or she starts viewing their performance is really negative. Their ability to really be effective. They just don't think it's going to happen, so it's viewed as negative. Now, when you think about this, there are 12 signs of psychological reactions that people experience based on the stressors that they have. And this varies by the individual, and it's really varies more than the physical reactions that we experience under extreme stress. And so, for example, let me just put it to you this way. So you're the boss. You give your employee a new job assignment to one, and then you give another employee another job assignment. So let's just say that there are two distinct reactions to these job assignments. The first person is excited. They are really can't wait to start this new job assignment. They're enthusiastic and ready to go. While the second employee who gets this job assignment is they kind of slump. They then begin to have feelings of fear and anxiety over what this new role is going to be. So two very distinct reactions to what the job assignment perception is, and how those feelings of stress are different based on the psychological reactions. So let me share with you 12 signs that are pretty clear, and I want you to think about these 12 signs when you are trying to identify severe stress that leads to burnout in your employees and possibly yourself. So the first sign is a decline in work performance. Obviously that can be just about anything, that they're just not meeting expectations like they were before. The second is an increase in sick days that are happening, and this obviously is because the employee or yourself just does not have the wherewithal. They're just mentally exhausted just thinking about going to work that day. And it's just, I think I'll take a sick day instead. And then the third sign is that they're become very moody and irritable in reacting to others. So they're maybe prefer to be more alone rather than being social. It varies. And then the fourth is feelings of fatigue. So they are just tired looking all the time, and they just don't have the energy that they used to have. The fifth is a loss of enthusiasm for the job. The sixth sign is overly aggressive behavior. So this is where short tempers come into play. Also, they may just kick things around. They may punch a wall. They may yell at a coworker. So Aggressive behavior becomes a sign. And then the seventh sign is the difficulty in making decisions because they just don't have the, like I said before, the wherewithal or the motivation to do this. The eighth is then family problems come into play here as well. The ninth sign is there's a loss of concern for others' feelings, and I shared this in stage 2 of burnout. The 10th sign is feelings that they just are inadequate to help others when help is needed, or even themselves. There's just a lack of energy, or they feel like they don't have the skill sets to be able to do that. The 11th sign is there are an increase in errors and accidents on the job. And then the 12th and final sign is there is feelings of despair and perceived impossibility of getting the work done on time. So they're not going to meet those time expectations when it comes to work assignments. So these are 12 signs that are very readable if you are the boss, and they should let you know that there is something going on with that employee that is now happening that wasn't happening before, especially if you're really good and are knowledgeable about your employees and their normal behaviors. So check out those 12 signs, make sure that they're not happening within your team, and if they are, then make sure that you address them as the boss and help them seek out help if needed. And also make sure that if this is happening to yourself, that you are taking the necessary actions to alleviate those extreme levels of stress so you also don't experience burnout. So hopefully you are able to identify those 12 signs, you're able to put them into action and be aware of them within your team and yourself. And don't forget to subscribe to these videos because I share weekly tips and strategies every week that will help you become a better boss. So don't forget to hit that notification. It looks like a bell so you get alerted when they do come out. And last but not least, go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. All right? Until next time. Bye, bosses.